Not mixing. With you, like. Yeah. Hello, hello, hello. Wonderful. We are playing Return to Ash today, a visual novel from Serenity Forge, a US American game studio and publisher. I don't know too much about it, just that it's in black and white and takes place in a hospital. But I think it's a visual novel, but we'll see. I can change the options. Full screen, please. No skipping. Text speed can be high, I guess. Help. Yeah, just left click and right click for menuing. Okay, let's start. The hospital was empty. Quiet and brighter than usual, like waking up on a snowy day. A snow day. But I didn't feel cold. I didn't feel much of anything. Oh. Weird, normally opening my eyes to a room this bright would give me a migraine. Instead, I felt no pain at all. No aching muscles, no bad sores, not even a hint of dizziness or nausea. For the first time in 7 years, I felt completely normal. Either I'm cured or this is a dream, or I'm dead. Hello? I called out, but no one came. Nurse? I searched for the call button on the side of my bed, but it wasn't there. Yep, definitely a dream then. My IV bag dripped in response. RVs are some next level painkillers. What am I supposed to do now? Let's wait patiently. I decided to wait patiently. There are 3 options. 1, I'm dreaming and I wake up soon. 2, I'm dying and this part is supposed to be my life flashing before my eyes. It's just that I've spent so much of that life in a hospital room, there's nothing else to show. Or, hopefully, 3. Someone will come to check on me sooner or later. A nice doctor will reassure me that everything is normal. There's nothing to worry about. Someone please come. I don't like the other options. Well, let's leave the room. Fine, I'll just go and find someone. I put on some slippers and walked out into the hall. Much to my dismay, there didn't seem to be anyone here either. Something was definitely wrong. Even in the dead of night, you'd see a nurse or 2 scurrying these halls. Or at the very least, a janitor. But it's broad daylight and there's absolutely no one. My footsteps echoed quietly in the eerie silence. I peered around the corner to see another empty stretch of hallway before me. Okay, new explanation. Time has stopped. Stepped through the fire alarm and everyone already evacuated. I was left behind in the confusion. Oh, it's the rapture, so it's not their fault I was left behind. Nuclear apocalypse? Isn't there a bright flash before the bomb goes off? It must be what this is. Yeah, definitely. I walked steadily down the halls, coming up with more and more ridiculous theories as to what was happening. Finally, a figure appears, saving me from my madness. Nice. Ooh. Hello. Hi. I was too surprised to know how to react. This wasn't the sort of person I expected to find, and she showed up too suddenly. Instead of focusing on all the possible explanations for what was going on, I should have come up with something to say when I inevitably found someone. Stupid. I didn't think anyone else was here. She looked me up and down, glancing to my IV and then back to my face. She was expecting a response. Quick, think of something to say. I'm looking for a nurse. A nurse? By a tone of voice, I can tell I've just said something ridiculous. Shouldn't it be obvious from my appearance that I need medical attention? Not that I feel sick at the moment, just in general. Besides, we're in a hospital, aren't we? There should be a nurse around here somewhere. It's more concerning if there isn't. This is St. Fellows, right? Angela usually works today. I guess. I don't know what time it is either. I took the clock out of my room. More and more I realized that nothing here is adding up. A woman sighs as I struggle to get my bearings. Listen, this isn't a hospital. You died. Fuck! Are you okay? You're not having a heart attack, are you? No, I was just really hoping you weren't going to say that. Right, of course. It wouldn't matter if I was having a heart attack now. I'm apparently dead. I mean, I assumed as much. I just didn't want to face it. How could I have died so unceremoniously? Unless it's just that I don't remember the gruesome details. I guess I should be thankful for that, at least. Still, to die in my sleep at the ripe age of 22? Not how I expected my life to come to an... You're 22? Nah, you're like 12, right? The doctors never told me I had however many weeks left to live. It feels so out of nowhere. Did I really die? I'm breathing right now. Out of necessity or habit? The woman clears her throat. I'm sorry, it took me some time to process my own death too. You're also dead? I've been here for about 3 months now, give or take. I wonder how she died, but it's probably rude to ask a stranger something like that. It's not like I'd want to spill my life story either. So, what's your story, kid? She asked without hesitation. I'm not a kid, I'm 22. Really? But you look so young. But being hospitalized stunted my growth, I guess. Why are we talking about this? I died, who cares what I look like? Wow, only 4 years younger than me. Finally, someone I can relate to a little better. Life is pretty far from the average 22-year-old's experience. It's hard to imagine I would be relatable to her in the slightest. What were you hospitalized for? It's not cancer, is it? She's so unbelievably rude. No, it's hard to explain. Was it terminal? I continue to be astounded by this woman's complete lack of tact. Can we talk about something else? Sorry, I'm asking because I wanted to discern what your goal might be. My goal? I'm dead. Surely there's no reason left to pursue any kind of goals. To my surprise, she laughs. This might be some kind of afterlife, but that doesn't mean we shouldn't give up on living. My name's Scarlet. I'm going to get my second shot at life, even if it kills me. Moving words for someone who's already dead. What about you? Do you want to go back? Do I want to go back? Go back to where? Go back to where? When? To where I left off? To before I was hospitalized? Thought of returning to my current everyday life, resuming the stasis I've been in for the past 7 years. It just doesn't sound all that appealing to me. It's not that I'd rather be dead. It's more like, now that I've died, I feel like I could come to accept it. My head doesn't hurt, and I've been standing here for a while now without feeling dizzy. That's huge for me. I wonder if I even need this IV anymore. I answered her honestly. I don't know. That makes sense. It sounds like you just got here, after all. What's your name? It's Ashley. Ash for sure. But still, I don't know their gender. Like, Ash and Ashley could both be very intersex. Alright, Ashley, walk with me. I'll tell you everything I know. She turned immediately, with complete confidence that I would follow right after her. So I did. A pushover. Save, auto, back, okay. Scarlet walked at an easy pace, explaining the mechanics of his afterlife, as if it were a speech she'd rehearsed and recited 20 times. And maybe she had. Clearly I wasn't the first dead person she'd welcome here. It was surreal. Thinking about the situation I was in, but also how I had no trouble focusing on her explanation despite that. Usually I feel so lost in the fog. My mind is completely clear right now. Is this how my brain would function if I were healthy? Not that it matters anymore. Based on Scarlet's explanation, I should consider this place to be purgatory. We died, but we can move on from here. It's unclear exactly where we would move on to, apparently. That's up to Dev. We're on our way to meet them now. So, we don't get hungry? Right. Not thirsty? There's nothing to eat or drink here anyway. And we can't sleep? You know, I haven't actually tried. But after 3 full months with no sleep, I haven't had any sort of adverse health effects. Safe to say it's unnecessary. You know for sure it's been 3 months? Time is definitely passing. I've been using my watch to track the days. Because there's no sunrise or sunset. I slow my pace and Scarlet stops in front of me. There's a pitying look on her face. The stasis isn't so bad once you get used to it. I'm already tired of how bright it is. Scarlet laughs, but I wasn't joking. I may have been spared from my usual migraine, but the constant intensity of the light was unnerving to me. If I had a choice for which hospital to spend purgatory in, I'd say St. Fellows was a better option. At least there, I had the changing seasons to look forward to. How it get quiet after visiting hours were over. The chatty nurse is telling me about their days as I changed my IV. Being in the hospital for so long, you learn to love the little things. The afterlife is to just feel miserable all the time. Am I miserable? I'm still alive. But I can't even say that anymore. I grip the pole of my IV stand a little tighter. I'm still too afraid to leave it behind. The last few wayward souls who came through here, they made it out pretty quick. Sorry. Maybe you'll be able to bargain with death too. Then you won't have to get used to this light. I'm not very good at bargaining. She laughs again and presses the button for the elevator. I'll help you. I'm good at debate. Thanks. The elevator door opened. To reveal a man sticking coins in the center of the floor. Don't come in! I blinked at the confusing sight, but Scarlet cut in without missing a beat. You're still at this? It's been 2 days. There's a lot of coins and the deadline's coming up pretty soon. Scarlet leaned her forearm against the elevator door to prevent it from closing. Well, can we get in? I'm taking Ashley there to meet death. Could you maybe catch the next one? No. Scarlet forced her way in, knocking over a stack of coins in the process. Why are you so pushy with Scarlet? Because you're wasting your time. Come on, Ashley. She motioned for me to follow and I stepped into the elevator. I did my best to avoid the coins at my feet. It was an awkward ride. When we reached the basement, Scarlet went on ahead. The man moved to shield his coin stacks from a reckless stride, but it turned out to be unnecessary. Her intent seemed more focused on escorting me to wherever death was, I guess. To the side of the elevator door was another pile of coins. Upon closer inspection, they looked to be some type of play currency. At least, I'm not aware of any coins with a skull on them. Doubloons, maybe? Judging by the cartoony design, it seemed like something used for a board game rather than by pirates. Curious and not particularly in any rush to meet death, I stopped to talk to the man. Why are you stacking coins, mister? Celadon, and you're Ashley, right? I prefer Ash. Celadon picks up a small stack of coins and transports them into the larger pile beside the elevator. His process is methodical and efficient. I can tell he really has been at this for 2 days. It's my trial, so I can revive. He shuffles back into the elevator to pick up the next stack of coins. Trial? Scarlet, clearly tired of waiting, returns to my side. Death told him he had 3 days to bring coins from the top floor to the basement. If he reaches a certain amount, his soul will be released. They have to stay stacked like this. If a single coin faces tails up, it won't count. Sounds tedious. No, I don't mind. It's good exercise. He goes back for the next round of coins. Leave him, Ashley. Leave him, Ashley. He's done hundreds of these trials. Death isn't going to let him pass this time either. Scarlet walks away again. The elevator door begins to close. Celadon stumbles from his place to block him. The stack of coins he's holding wobbles dangerously, but he quickly steadies them and continues his work as if nothing had happened. I feel sorry for him. Follow Scarlet. I want you to be left behind. I back away from Celadon and leave him to his trial. Scarlet turns back to me, tapping her foot as I catch up. She's grinning. You know, the reason I volunteered to bargain with death for you is because I don't want to see you end up like Celadon. In other words, she took pity on me. I really wish I'd had a mentor when I first got here. Maybe things would have gone more smoothly. But thanks for your help, Miss Scarlet. You don't need to call me Miss, Ashley. We're equals here. That's funny. I don't feel like I'm being treated as an equal at all. Still, I can't help smiling back. If she wants to take me under her wing, that's a net positive for me, isn't it? Scarlet motions for me to follow again, and I obey. Best not to overthink it. I see myself as she escorts me further down the hall, toward death. The room I found myself in had walls lined with metal drawers. I know these drawers. They're for storing human bodies. You pull the door open and the panel slides out, with a corpse on it. I've seen it on TV. This is the basement of the hospital, where they take patients who succumb to their illness or injuries. And Scarlet took me here. I'm really dead. I fucking died. No matter how many times I say it in my head, it doesn't sink in. I'm still thinking and walking and talking. Can I really be dead? You're joking, right? She turns to me, genuine confusion in her eyes. The morgue. My voice cracks. I can't stay calm when I'm faced with this. Is that how you see it? What's that supposed to mean? It's obviously the morgue. Are you okay, Ashley? No, I don't know. I'm in a morgue. The fear is so visceral, but my heart isn't beating fast at all. Is it still beating? When did it stop? It's not beating anymore, is it? Scarlet, I don't want to die. I don't want to be dead. I feel the same, which is why we need to bargain with that. I try to calm my breathing. She's right. This is what we came for. So sorry. Don't worry, it's a normal reaction. I feel like an idiot for freaking out. I was told a long time ago that I'd die young, but still, it felt so far away. Imagining myself being slit into one of these cold metal drawers, to be forgotten by everyone I'd never known. But everyone already forgot about me, didn't they? That's how I felt before. No visitors in over a year. Might as well not exist to them. It's more convenient if I don't exist. How will they feel when they hear the news? Relieved? I don't want to think about it. How did you die? I asked her question point blank. She pried into my life before, so this is just a bit of payback, I guess. I don't remember the specifics. I woke up here 3 months ago. Celadon was focused on his trials, and Death refused to talk to me. There have been a few others, but they haven't stuck around long. I'm not sure how any of them got out, or if they were able to revive at all. She talks quickly, in another speech that feels rehearsed. She must have relayed this story a number of times by now. I've searched the building for clues, but the computers don't boot up, and everything in the filing cabinets is completely blank. All I know is that Death is in charge, and seems to have some control over who can leave via the trials. Which means bargaining with them might really be my only way out, if there is a way out here. You sure we can bargain with them? Well, don't expect results right away. We don't like the recently living. Great, guess I'll have to figure out a way to get on Dev's good side. Where is Dev anyway? I thought they'd be lurking around in here. They usually are. I take a look around, now that the shock of being in a morgue has worn off a little. Huh? On the opposite side of the room is a large pile of coins that have been ridiculously stacked. Celadon's work, I guess. What's the point of this? A show of dedication? Repaying his sins, maybe? You would have plenty of time to reflect on your life if you spent 2 whole days doing this. Or maybe you'd be so focused that you didn't think at all. Wondering these things to myself isn't going to answer any questions. I turn to Scarlet. What else has Celadon had to do for his trials? Oh, I stopped caring. It's all meaningless anyway. And as always. The trials are a waste of time, Ashley. Death always finds a way to claim you've lost. You're calling me unfair? Behind us stood a hooded figure with an oversized scythe. It was definitely Death. You came out of nowhere. Don't do things like that. You're going to give Ashley a heart attack. Not possible. It certainly feels possible. They really startled me. Just then, a Celadon came stumbling into the room with a stack of coins in his hand. Oh, everyone's here? We had business with Death. Could you try not to disturb us? But my trial... Is this not enough coins? It's insanity. He placed a stack of coins on the pile and scurries out of the room. Have some self-respect. What's your business with me, Scarlet? They ask flatly, their sigh muffled by a skull mask covering their face. That is a mask, right? The gloves they're wearing look like the kind I've worn for Halloween as a kid. Ashley wants to revive. You're going to release her soul from this place. She speaks for me and I let her. There's no way I can talk like that to Death myself. He ordered his burger with no pickles. Moi. Celadon sneaks back into the room with another stack of coins, then quietly adds them to his pile. Yes, you are. Look at her. She's on an IV, for God's sake. So if she revives, she could die anyway? Gee, thanks for the reminder. But that's besides the point. Seems relevant to me. Why should I bother? Because maybe a near-death experience is what she needed in order to be meticulously healed. She could go on to live a full life. That's kind of a weird argument to make. I'm certainly not expecting any miracles. She's young. Does she look like she belongs here? Sir John's coins clatter in the background. To me, she looks like someone who would rather rely on a stranger than face her problems herself. We're not strangers. We did just meet. Scarlet gently pushes her hand on my shoulder. Let me do the talking, Ashley. Ousted from the debate over my own soul, I retreated to the opposite side of the room. This isn't going well. Dev probably thinks I'm pathetic now. Like how Scarlet feels about Celadon. A pathetic little worm doing whatever they're told, relying on the strength of others. Pitiable and weak. That's us. He glances at me, then hurriedly returns to stacking his coins. But before he can leave the room again, Dev blocks his way. Time's up, Donnie. Donnie? That's kind of cute. Please stop calling me that. Only my mom calls me Donnie. Scarlet strides over to us, indignant. Excuse me, our conversation was not over. Schedule's full, babe. Come back with a better argument tomorrow. I'm busy. Just tell me failed and get it over with already. But please don't do that. I worked really hard. Excuse me? They all turned to face me at once. I'm a little surprised they listened. I'm massively uncomfortable with the attention. Are you really going to check through every coin? Not just check them. There's a hint of smirk in their voice. I'm gonna flip them. Flip? And there's the catch. For every coin you brought, we're gonna play heads or tails. If any of them land on tails, you lose. I thought I just had to place them here and face up? Flipping every single one, that's impossible. What are the odds of getting heads so many times in a row? 50-50 for each coin. That's... pretty... if my units had a 50-50 chance of missing, I'd choose another attack. So low you may as well not even try. Oh, you're a gamer? I hadn't meant to say that out loud, but the despair of the situation really struck me. I'm so sorry, Celadon. Dev flips the first coin. Heads. They pick up the next one. Oh, heads again. We're definitely taking pleasure in this. Celadon cringes visibly at the sound of each coin being tossed. A third coin lands on heads, and then a fourth. We watch the results, unable to speak. But it can't go on forever. In fact, it might be set up to make him start to think he has a chance, only for Dev to take that away. It's just a coin flip. They managed to turn into pretty immense psychological torture. Bringing fewer coins would have given him better odds. But then, would he fail for not meeting the minimum requirement? I see why Scarlet didn't bother to help him before. Dev's trials are made to be unwinnable. The coin flips pause, and Dev turns to me. Hey Ashley, heads or tails? Tails. I wasn't asking you. Dev wants me to call it. Heads. Scarlet shoots me a look, but I don't budge. I have to stand up to Dev somehow. They flip the coin. Tails, you lose, Celadon. Come on, that's not fair. Swerve wavers. I think he might cry, which is probably Dev's aim at with this. Crushing his spirit, giving him hope. Only to snuff it right back out. What do they gain from talking with people like that? Celadon has done a lot of these, right? I can't stop myself from speaking up. The situation is too unfair. Yeah. So why can't you just release his soul already? He's tried pretty hard, right? He's got plenty of time. What do you mean? Dev mounts the scythe like a witch on a broomstick. I barely know how to react as my eyes follow them. I can only think of how the ceiling is higher up than I realized. They drift to a stop, then grasp the handle of one of the metal doors. I'm about to see a corpse? Have we been standing in a room lined with bodies? Why do the walls look infinitely tall? And how had I not noticed that until now? The metal door swings open and a long drawer slides out. It's hard to tell from where I'm standing, but it seems to be lined with rows upon rows of... hourglasses? This is in here. What are those? The countdown for every soul that comes here. Countdown? Why is the first time I'm hearing of a countdown? You never asked. Like you'd have told me. This is how you have, how long you have left to live. The sand of a small hourglass falls steadily down, a human life measured in grains of sand. Nice try, we're already dead. Not quite. Celadon stares at the ground, wringing his hands. What do you mean? Death descends again, Celadon's hourglass in hand. Wanna see what happens when I turn this over? They say it in a teasing voice, like it's a game to them. This is someone's life. No, Celadon says what we must all be thinking. Well, it's cool. Check it out. When Death flips the hourglass over, we all expect the sand and sand to reverse direction, but it doesn't. It continues falling upward, defying gravity. This is how long we have left to live, meaning we are still alive. And maybe because we're still alive, we have a chance to revive. Scarlet said she's been here for 3 months. How much time does she have left? How much time do I have left? Scarlet lets out an incredulous laugh. So you're just going to torture him until his time runs out? You release him once it gets down to the wire, or let him die in the end? What's up to him? Unbelievable. We are still alive, even though it's the afterlife? Didn't Scarlet tell you? I look to Scarlet, but she's already stormed away. She taps her foot, facing away from us. This is the afterlife for souls who died a social death. You all ended up here because you're miserable losers. Oh. Turn to ash. That's the introduction to this game? Scarlet moved me back up to the floor where we first met. In her hands was an hourglass, one Death had given to her when she asked for it. She eyes it suspiciously. Did she tell you? That's what Death said. Didn't she tell you? Scarlet could have told me we aren't already dead. She apparently knows it all along. So why did she give me the wrong impression? No, she specifically told me that I died. It's not a lie by omission. It's just straight up lie, isn't it? What else is she not telling me? Based on her reaction, I can tell she didn't know about the hourglasses. What about everything she told me before? Was any of it true? Slow mind pace, we need to talk about this. Hey, Scarlet. She finally looks up from her hourglass and directly into my eyes. You told me that we died, but according to Death, that isn't really true. You, knew that it was a social death, didn't you? Why didn't you tell me sooner? Because I don't trust them. I don't trust anything Death says, implicitly. The trials, for instance, I've never once seen anyone pass them. But others made it out before, right? Maybe they passed their trials without you noticing. I've yet to confirm that. They just seem to disappear after a while. You think Death is lying to us? I know that I'm dead, Ashley. She suddenly seems very intense. I'm taken aback by the coldness in her voice. How are you so sure? Because I was murdered. Scarlet glances down the empty hallway and steps into one of the rooms. Does she want me to go in after her? Wait, but didn't she say she doesn't know how she died? That's kind of... contradicting, I guess. I've come this far with Scarlet, I won't back down now. Scarlet stands at the other side of the room, gazing out the window into the endless void. Scarlet? You're really attached to me, aren't you? I thought we were working together, like a team or something. I get that you don't trust Death, but at least I thought I could trust you. Could you trust me? You're a good girl, Ashley. She sighs, letting go of the tension from before. I'm sorry for making you feel like I lied to you. Let's share information properly this time. Yeah, whatever helps us get out of here. Scarlet starts by showing me her hourglass. It's nearly full at the top, meaning she has plenty of time to revive, according to Death anyway. I wasn't given an hourglass, so there's no telling how much time I have left. But if Scarlet's still doing just fine after 3 months, maybe I don't need to worry about it so soon. Knowing the deadline might only make me panic in the end, so we decide to forget about it for now. Scarlet folds her arms and leans back against the window. The other thing I should tell you is, this is an hospital. Yeah, it's the afterlife, you told me that already. What I mean is, what morgue we were in before, that's the mail room. Huh? Mail room? It isn't really a mail room, of course, that's just what it looks like to me. It's different for everyone, like a dream. Your mind fills in the blanks, using a place from your own memories. So it's like a memory, that's why the details are missing. So then, what is this place to you, Scarlet? To me, it's an office building, the one I used to work at. Scarlet goes into another one of her speeches, although this one feels far less rehearsed. Before she was killed, she was forced to quit her job. She doesn't say what that job was exactly, but there was some kind of scandal caused by her boss, and she was unknowingly complicit in it. All she did was shred some papers like she was told. But got her stalked by journalists, and there was all of this public outrage. I'm almost surprised I hadn't heard of whatever this case was, but it's not like I watched the news. Scarlet delivers the story coldly, without a hint of emotion attached. She sounds tired of it all. I don't want to push her up with more questions, but I don't get this at all. So then, if your boss was a bad guy, why were they coming after you instead? God knows, Ashley. If I call it misogyny, they'll accuse me of dodging culpability. None of my friends wanted anything to do with me. They didn't want me to trouble. Some of them even believed those articles. I was getting arrested on the street. I could barely leave my apartment. A social death, meaning all of her relationships were destroyed. What about your family? My mother passed away when I was young. I haven't spoken to my father since I was a teenager. We never got along. I may as well not have a family. Maybe it's better that way. They would have become targets because of me. Because of you? Weren't you only in that situation because of your boss? It's unfair, isn't it? I ignore the rumors about him. We even used to get along. But it turns out he's just another shitty abusive white man in a long line of shitty abusive white men. Hating him is easy, it's boring. Me on the other hand, I'm a traitor to my entire gender. I'm despicable. Oh, so those types of papers were shredded. A traitor? But what? This all sounds so extreme. It's because I'm the one who destroyed the evidence. It doesn't matter that I didn't know what was on those papers. Everyone believes that I must have known. If I had just taken the time to look through them, if I hadn't been so buried in work, I could have realized what they were. But fucking bastard. I'm just the last in the line of women whose lives he ruined. Scarlet sighs again, much heavier this time. It's still so painful to think about. You'd think after a few months away from it all, I could laugh about it. How could anyone laugh about any of that? It led to you getting killed, didn't it? Something like that. Huh? The murder must have been related to this, right? I thought that's why she was telling me. Anyway, I'd rather not dwell on it. When I revive, I'll be starting completely over. Starting over? Like a whole new life? That's the plan. There's no salvaging in my own life. I'm dead. But that doesn't have to mean the end of Scarlet. Or maybe I can change my name to Rouge or something. I think you should keep Scarlet. It's a nice name. Abandoning your name? That's too sad. You should keep it. I'd like to, but I don't think that's possible. I'd rather not let my old life haunt me. But I like the name Scarlet. All that aside, let's focus on where we are now. Right, finding a way to revive. I think our next step is to try to get more information out of the others. We're probably more willing to talk to you than me, so I think you'd better be the one to do it. Sure, yeah, that makes sense. Scarlet needs my help. She's relying on me for this. Just make sure to take everything Death says with a grain of salt. Celadon too, honestly. That man is beyond top. I'll let you know what I find out. Thanks, Ashley. I promise we're gonna make it out of here together. Yeah, we can do it. As I leave the room, I can't help but feel giddy with pride. I'm gonna be useful to Scarlet. We're a real team now. I hurried down the hall toward the elevator, my AV bag swinging along behind me as I walked. Do I still need it? With right click I can look at profiles. 2 out of 3 bonds. Pronouns. Ash is female, okay. I'll use she, her pronouns. Boss who just woke up in the afterlife. Doesn't trust this. He, him, a man who has doing it. That's for this. Okay, I feel sorry for him. Unknown, they them. With history I can look at, okay. When I reach the elevator, I press a button to close the doors behind me. Where should I go? Let's go to the entrance. Celadon might be hanging around the first floor. Talking to him seems like a good place to start. Let's get to know him. Find Celadon in the lobby. He's turning his hourglass over in the sand. Sand still steadily flowing in one direction. I'm sure he's thinking about the trial. At least I would be if I had just wasted the past couple days going up and down an elevator carrying coins around for no reason. Now I know I made the right decision leaving him to it before. My help would have only made it worse. Celadon has been here the longest, aside from death, of course. I need to learn more about this situation so I can report back to Scarlet. Hey, let's talk. Huh? Sure, Ash. Is there something particular you want to talk about? Everything that happened, I guess. Oh yes, how are you feeling after all this? Probably a lot to take in, huh? Death called us miserable losers. A little harsh, right? Yeah, I'm not really miserable. But they're right about me not having any friends. Oh well, I'll be your friend. Everyone needs a pal after all. I'm struck by his warmth. He seems so genuine. Can I call you Donnie? Please, anything but that. We share a laugh and continue chatting. I tell him about myself. And most of my life has revolved around my illness, being hospitalized. I hadn't had any visitors in over a year. It must have been what marked my social death. My family, everyone, I was dead to them. It hurts to think about, so I changed the subject. What was your life like? How long have you been here? You know, I'm not really sure how long it's been. Scarlet's the only one with a watch. It doesn't get dark. The days must really blend together, huh? It's probably been a few years. Could you ask Dev to find out? They don't like me very much. He sits in one of the chairs and I take the one beside him. Aww. Life before this was, I don't know. I ran my own business, I had a wife, I thought my family cared about me. But when I went into debt, and no matter how much effort I put into my job, I just sunk deeper and deeper. I thought I was doing what I was supposed to do, working hard, hustling, you know? Ref keeps grows unsteady. I don't know what to say, so I keep listening. When she handed me the divorce papers, I thought, great, now I can spend more time selling products. My whole family stopped talking to me, I don't know what I did wrong. Those products help people, but my mom called it a scam. But it's not a scam, they're health supplements, I use them myself. If you have enough people in your downline, you can make thousands of dollars a week. You just have to keep recruiting. Ah, it's a pyramid scheme. Poor bastard. And it's fun, you get to work from home and talk to people you never would have talked to before. It's the kind of work you could never do, even do from a hospital bed. Heck, you might feel better if you take them yourself. Health supplements? The company is called You Thrive, get it? Because it makes you thrive. This move changed really suddenly. I've never really heard of this company, but it sounds important to him. Ash, when we get out of here, I'll sell you a sample kit. You can try it for yourself. That's okay. I shouldn't be taking supplements without my doctor's permission. That's what's great about You Thrive. It doesn't interfere with any medications. It just boosts your immune system along with many other benefits. This is getting weird. Why is he giving me a sales pitch when we might be stuck in the afterlife forever? Celadon? I'm healthy, so it didn't make any sense that I died. And now he seems back to normal. So the social death thing, that must be it. Because no one talks to me anymore. They all blocked my number. Did he scare everyone off with how intense he is about his job? That's pretty sad. Well, at least we have each other, right? We're not friendless losers anymore. Aww. Celadon smiles at me, then takes his hourglass from his pocket. He stares down at it with a great sadness in his eyes. I don't have the heart to tell him Dev's probably lying about the hourglass stuff. I'm not sure it'd make any difference. The years he's spent here doing Dev's impossible trials must have taken a toll on him. Beneath this friendly exterior is a man on the verge of breaking. I pat his back, not knowing what else to do. If he was to revive, would he be able to make new friends? Would I? Or at least I have Scarlet now. Hey, good luck on the next trial. I'm sure you'll pass one eventually. Celadon? Right, yeah. He slips his hourglass back in his pocket. Thank you, I'll do my best to pass the next trial. Good, I found out a lot about Celadon's background. It doesn't sound like he's remembered dying, but it's probably he could have passed in his sleep, like what probably happened to me. Scarlet could be right about the hourglass stuff being made up. I never even got mine. But I guess I could go see about that next. After saying goodbye to Celadon, I step into the elevator and make my way to the basement. It's time to speak to Dev? Hell yeah. When the elevator door opens, Dev's scythe drops in through a small gap like a guillotine. The blade sticks in the floor, set a couple inches deep. It takes me a moment to register what happened. Thank God I wasn't standing right there. Once the door fully opens, they jostle the handle and swing their weapon back over their shoulders casually. I've been expecting you. To kill me? Nah, wanna hang out? You're not gonna swing your scythe at me anymore, right? Don't be such a baby. Follow me. Like you have a choice. Increased bond with Dev. What the fuck? Ashley Wintergrave, Scarlet Summers, Celadon Floors. Ah, these two are like season-related last names, but Floors isn't. Or? Right, because it's spring and autumn or fall, depending on where you are in the world. Huh. That brings me back to the morgue, but the atmosphere is almost completely changed. Is this a different room? It's my room. How'd you deck it out so fast? This place looks extremely lived in. From the half-eaten bags of snacks on the floor to the controller scattered near the beanbag chair. Magic, don't worry about it. Right, I should know better than to ask, considering I've also seen them fly. The big screen TV catches my attention. There's a tantalizing lineup of all the latest game consoles below it. Are we gonna play video games or something? I'm getting a little excited now. The only games I had in the hospital were on my favorite childhood handheld. Dev strides over to the controllers on the floor and picks one of them up. We're gonna play GTA 5. GTA? Glorious Devil's Avarice. How have you not heard of that? Oh, the kids down the street I grew up on had one of those games. I watched them play it. The Sin Town one, I think. Yeah, okay. Yeah, that's the old one. 5's cooler. It got way better graphics. How do you play? It's a single player. You just watch. Wow, what fun. How long am I gonna be stuck here, hanging out with them? Dev turns the console on and boots up the game. Graphics really are better than Sin Town's. In GTA you play as a devil girl named Lucy. She's like if Lucifer were a sexy lady. It's a raunchy game that appeals to edgy preteens and middle schoolers. In the case of my childhood friends, their parents didn't seem to understand the rating system and bought it out of ignorance. There's the main story mode, but I think most people play the game for the Sandbox aspect. You can pick up guns and steal cars and kill people. It takes place in hell, so I guess you're killing other sinners? I don't think it's the kind of game with deep lore attached to it. Dev loads the safe and shows me their character. Lucy's dressed in cargo pants and a bikini top, with a huge rifle on her back. Yeah. Looks totally awful and ridiculous. She looks absolutely ridiculous, but the over-the-top aesthetic of the game is kind of the selling point. Check this out, they say, equipping a huge rocket launcher. They fired at a gas station, then walked toward their camera in slow motion for dramatic effect. The explosions of this game are so realistic. Actually, I've never seen an explosion in real life, so maybe they're not. They look more real than the ones from the previous game anyway. I comment on how cool it was while Dev cackles away, stealing a fast-looking car and evading Hell's police force. They're having a great time. Wait, what's even happening here? I need to get information for Scarlet. Hey Dev, can you pause? Why? Because it's hard to have a conversation over all the gunfire and explosions. Then yell. I'd rather not. Boring. Dev pauses the game and leans towards me. So you're like Scarlet's lucky now, or what? Scarlet's my friend. Saying it out loud gives me a good feel good inside. It's nice to have a friend even if we're in the afterlife. Damn, well, I guess it's too late for you then. Too late? For what? You don't care about GTA and you're happy being someone's puppet. We'll never get along. I'm not a puppet. Why'd you come here, Ash? You dragged me here. You came down on the elevator to talk to me, right? You never gave me my hourglass. You don't have one. I don't. I'm on pausing now. Dev resumes their grand escape from the Head's police force, driving down a blood-soaked highway as helicopters riddle Lucy's car with bullets. I don't have an hourglass. What does that mean? I guess if I was something they made up just to put pressure on Scarlet and Celadon. It makes sense that they wouldn't care to give me one. Sorry. Maybe Scarlet's right then. Dev's just playing games with us to keep us from arriving. I gotta tell Scarlet about this. Trusting whatever Dev says is definitely a mistake. Huh. I knew it. Scarlet paces back and forth across the room. So the hourglasses are a distraction, just like the bogus trials. We can't trust anything Dev says. Who knows if they have the power to revive any of us at all. That was probably a lie too. But they can fly and stuff, they definitely have some powers. Right, and you said they changed their room with magic. We already know the appearance of this building is based on illusions. Are they really deaf? Like the literal, actual Grim Reaper? I thought so, but I'm beginning to doubt that too. We're wearing a Halloween costume for God's sake. That's supposed to be our only way out of here, unless even the possibility of reviving was a lie. Well, it doesn't do us any good to believe that. Let's think about the things we know for sure. I'm not sure I know anything for sure. I don't even know if I'm really dead. Well, I know I am. So we can start there at least. Everyone who's been able to leave this place so far. I thought it was because they passed their trials. But I didn't actually see anyone pass anything. I only heard about it from Celadon after the fact. Right, and he believes in the trials a little too much. I've watched him fail again and again. The entire time I've been here, he won't stop, no matter how many times Dev humiliates him. And now you tell me he was in an MLM? Seems like he's as gullible as they get. Oh yeah, what was it? Multi-level marketing? Wait, what's an MLM? A multi-level marketing scheme. It's a business model that preys on desperate people, wreaking havoc on their finances while the owner of the company. The TV in the corner of the room suddenly switches on. The screen is bright white. Testing, 1, 2, 3. Calling all losers. I thought of some trials for you all. Come downstairs to get started. The TV switches off as abruptly as it turned on. Scarlet and I exchange looks. Should we? They'll come to us if we don't get to them. Might as well get it over with. Return to Ash. I guess new chapter? When Scarlet and I reach the morgue, Celadon and Dev are already there waiting for us. I glance at Celadon, but he looks away. I wonder if he's nervous about the trial. Now that we've assembled, Dev taps their scythe on the floor and makes the announcement. Scarlet, it's time for the next trial. Pass. She said it so quickly, Dev barely even had any time to finish that sentence. Ash then. Return to me, I can feel myself starting to sweat. I made you something special, it's a video game. A game? Like GTA or something? Nah, I can't 3D model for shit. I made you a card game. They pull out a small handheld and offer it to me. It's a retro model, similar to the one I got in elementary school. This is a Pain Boy. The card's already in there, so turn it on and try it out. If you can beat my game, you'll get to revive. I have a feeling Dev designed something extremely difficult. Maybe even impossible. Should I? Sure. I click the on switch. Can't hurt to try. How to play. The game begins with one joker face up. Pick up cards from 2 to A. Select your swords, suits in this order. If you choose the wrong card, you lose. Okay. So spades, heart. What was this one called? Cross and diamonds, I think. Loser. Ah. Okay. I shove the game off in defeat. I give up. I don't have the patience for this. Dev snickers, taking back their Pain Boy. This was a waste of time after all. It's time for the next trial, Donnie. He stiffened in preparation. I couldn't help but feel nervous for him too. Okay, Dev. What do you need me to do this time? Not much. Dev ascends high over our heads, just like they did before. We open a different drawer this time. When we pull out the table, it appears to be empty. This game is simple. They send back down towards us with a hint of darkness in their voice. It's called Say When. Before I know it, my feet leave the ground. I barely have time to register what's going on before my body hits cold metal. My V-bag hits my chest, and I scramble to catch it. When did I get taken off this hook? This hook? Where am I? Darkness. Blinding white I had just gotten used to was replaced with an oppressive black that turned my confusion into an abject fear. I'm stunned, terrified to move an inch. All I can do is breathe while my mind searches for an explanation. Ashley! Scarlet voice gets through to me. It's coming from somewhere below me, muffled slightly. What the fuck are you doing? Let her out! I'm inside of something. I attentively reach one hand out in the darkness in front of my face. It's flat, smooth and cold. Metal like the surface I was thrown onto. I reach the same hand to the side, more panic this time. Cling! My worst fears are realized. I've been shoved inside one of the drawers in the wall. A drawer meant for dead bodies. But please... I don't want to be in here. Please, someone. The words come out as a whimper. I'm not sure anyone can even hear them. It's up to you to save her, Ronnie. I let you out if you ask. Death's voice is taunting, like a playground bully. The son of someone who isn't really going to do what they're offering. But free her too soon and you lose the trial. Saladin! I called out in panic desperation. He has to let me out. He has to. Saladin, are you fucking kidding me? It's not like she'll die in there. Unfucking believable. You scum, you know that? You'd let a poor disabled girl suffer over a trial you're just gonna fail anyway? Hey, Ash, are you okay? Am I okay? Would anyone be in that situation? No, I'm scared. I don't like this. Please let me out. I beg him, trying to speak as firmly and clearly as I can to make sure there's no misunderstanding. I want out immediately. But you're not hurt or anything, right? I'm about to hurt you, dickhead. I'm grateful for Scarlet's anger, but I'm also not sure it'll convince him. Saladin, please just let me out. This is probably the easiest trial I'll ever give you. All you have to do is nothing. We are all on a time limit, Saladin. You are literally sacrificing your life to save your own ass right now. But I actually could win this time. Could you live with yourself if you did? Well, I'd be alive again. I hear a quick thud and a small ow from Saladin. Did she punch him? Hey, no violence. Hang on, Ashley. I'll free you myself. More clanging metal and shuffling sounds. I can't tell what's going on at all, but the distraction is welcome. Even if you make it up there, the drawer is locked. Scarlet's heel hits the floor and she grunts in frustration. Are you seriously fine with having her death on your shoulders? No. Then let her out. Fine then, okay. Please let her out, Death. What a monster. The locker opens. I'm free. It's not for Scarlet. If not for Scarlet, how long would I have been trapped in the darkness? Would Saladin have waited until just before this hourglass ran out? I shiver at the thought. He believes the lies about the trial and the hourglasses. If he's really been here for years and he's about halfway through his countdown. God, was he seriously willing to leave me in there as long as he could? He didn't listen to me even when I begged him. And Death was the one who tossed me in there, even if they're helping me down now. These trials, now I understand. They're meant to maximize people's suffering. Scarlet is the only one to see it through it all. She's the only one I can trust. I hang my V-bag back on its stand. My hands tremble with anxiety. Maybe just a residual fear of being locked up like that. Let's go, Ashley. Yeah. She takes me back by the hand and we head out the door and towards the stairwell. I can't even look at the others. Once the door closes, Scarlet turns to me. She gives my hand a gentle, reassuring squeeze. Are you okay? I'm so sorry they did that to you. I feel better now. Thanks for saving me. I really owe you one. No problem. That's what friends are for. Friends, I'm so happy that Scarlet considers me a friend. Us girls gotta stick together. Mom will always end up using you, even with supposed nice guys like Saladin. Her words give me pause. Something feels wrong about them. But I guess it's true that Saladin was using me. We don't trust anyone, and we don't play by the rules. That's the only way we come out on top. The only way, huh? What's wrong, Ashley? You sure? Are you okay? Yeah, no, I mean, you're right. Going along with the trials, it just makes you do awful things. If you weren't in there to stop him, Celadon would have. It's hard for me to get words out, thinking of being trapped in that dark place, with no one coming to save me. He didn't care what happened to me, did he? No, he didn't, but I do. Scarlet looks me in the eye and I feel my anxiety drift away. We're in this together, Ashley. Let's think about what we can do next. Leads me upstairs, my heart filled with a sense of purpose. I'm so grateful Scarlet is here to protect me. We start from the top floor, exploring the halls and chatting along the way. Actually, it's more strategizing than chatting. Scarlet is going over everything we know for certain, hoping we can get a clearer picture of what this afterlife really is. Our conclusions so far are: 1. We definitely aren't in the real world. It'd be impossible to go this long without food, water, or rest if we were. 2. The building's details are different to each observer. It seems to draw from the memory of each individual, as far as Scarlet can tell from what others have described to her. And 3. Scarlet ended up here after being murdered. This is the main evidence we have that Death's hourglass theory is just something they pulled out of their ass, as Scarlet put it. Thinking about what she went through, the scandal being disowned by everyone around her. But still counts as a social death, doesn't it? I still wonder if a physical death is a sure thing. I don't think I can bring it up to her now, though. I was pretty upset when I doubted her before. I better just trust her judgment. I don't want to make her retell the story of the murder anyway. It sounds like it'd be pretty traumatic. We come to a stop at the end of a hallway. Even though, like, let's be real here, right? We doubted her before, but we were right doing so. She lied to us, or like, she didn't tell us the full truth. Scarlet leans back against the wall. The only place I haven't been able to investigate very thoroughly is the basement. Why the basement? Death spends most of her time there. Whenever I try to poke around, they harass me until I give up and leave. Do you think they're hiding something from us down there? I'm not sure, but I do get the feeling they're not as all-powerful as they seem. Even though they can fly? Yes, that's another thing we know for certain. Death seems to have a few special abilities, but we don't. Scarlet paces back towards me, staring at the tiles on the floor as she walks. With how often they've seen them flying around here on that scythe, it's unlikely there are invisible wires involved. You never know. One time I played a game where the plot twist was there were all these mechanical structures made of a special material that characters couldn't see. What? That sounds like a cheap twist. Yeah, I was just thinking since this plays like an illusion, it could be something like that. I'm trying to think, what game? I don't think I recognize that. If it is, we're screwed. Scarlet groans in frustration, lightly kicking the wall with the side of her foot. This is impossible. If the whole building is an illusion, can we even trust anything we find here? Poor Scarlet. She's been here for months, trying to figure things out all on her own. As someone who only just got here, I doubt I can really do much to help. Feeling hopeless, I take a seat on one of the spare beds in the hallway. Sorry. What are you doing? Resting. Wanna join me? Ashley, we can't rest here. Sure we can. Here, lie down on the gurney. It's the table, sweetheart. Whatever, just lay with me. Why? Well, I was gonna try to take a nap. Maybe you should too. How is taking a nap going to help us? I always take a nap when I don't know what else to do. Or if I'm trying to avoid something, I guess. Anyway, it'll help clear our minds. Come on. Despite her protest, Scarlet gets comfortable on the bed next to mine. I see, so it's like meditation. Haha, I'm genuinely trying to get sleep here. I really don't think that's possible. You said you hadn't tried? I hadn't. I can hear the smile in Scarlet's voice. Even without looking at her, it makes me feel warm inside. Hell yeah. It's so nice having a female friend around. Huh? At work, well, my former workplace, all the people handing out promotions were men. I spent so much time trying to curry favor with them. I never really got a chance to know my female coworkers. That's why I'm happy to get to spend time with a girl like you, Ashley, even under these circumstances. honestly. Oh, I don't. The thing is, I'm a man. I don't know how to fucking activate. But wait, now but damn, 3 out of 3. Let's go. We are going to date Scarlet at the end of this. We and Scarlet, we are going to have a wonderful Yuri love and this, and yeah. Okay, the second one is definitely wrong. Should I take option 1 or 2? At 1 or 3. I personally am, I think, 1 of the 3 guy. Just like let the moment savor, enjoy it. But like, does she need reassurance? Or is this a... Like, this is a, hey, you need reassurance, I give you some. This is a, hey, let's just savor the moment. And honestly, I'm more of a savor the moment because she seems mentally strong. Like, she doesn't need reassurance. Sure, it's a nice thought, but does that mean she wouldn't like me if I weren't a girl? I don't know, I've never related to femininity even once in my entire life. But I'm not sure how to explain that to her. I guess I could start with something that's been bothering me. Hey, Scarlet? Yeah? Could you maybe call me Ash instead of Ashley? What's that? You're mumbling. Nothing, never mind. Ah. Okay. I can't do it. It's way too late to bring up something like that now. Scarlet sits up, peering down at me from over plastic bed frames between us. Are you getting sleepy? No, I don't really feel tired at all. See, that's why I never bothered to do this before. It's so weird. I feel like I spent my whole life being tired. Sorry, Mom always talks about napping and feeling tired. Got me to yawn. And now I'm in this place with different rules. Different rules, yes. Maybe we were thinking too heavily in terms of the real world. Why should the laws of physics exist in the afterlife? Our bodies don't even need fuel to survive. Scarlet's body begins rising off the bed. What if anything's possible in here? As long as you imagine it. Scarlet, how are you doing that? I get it now, Ashley. I've solved it. None of this is real. It was only our preconceptions holding us back. Scarlet drifts around the hall effortlessly, flying about exactly as I'd seen Death do. This must be something any of us can do. Come on, try it. Okay. I do my best imagining my body rising off a bed like Scarlet's, but I feel as heavy as ever. It's just like lucid dreaming. Why didn't I figure that out sooner? Dreaming, huh? I didn't think this might be a dream when I woke up here, but I've never flown in my dreams before. Yeah, there's no way I can imagine this body of mine being so agile and weightless. My shoulders slump in defeat. I can't do it, Scarlet. That's alright. We won't be trapped in here for much longer. Now that Death and I are evenly matched, I'm going to confront them. Scarlet giggles as she dashes to the other side of the hall, shooting through the air like a falcon. I scramble to my feet, lugging my IV stand along with me. I can barely manage to jog. Scarlet puts me into the elevator with her. We arrive on the basement floor in no time. What does she mean by confront Death? Evenly matched? They aren't going to fight, are they? I want to revive, but I'd be best to try that peacefully. Scarlet probably feels the same, right? She's like a battle of wits kind of lady. Everything's happening so fast. Are we really gonna be able to escape this place soon? I'm worried it won't be that simple. As we enter the morgue, a glint of metal passes over Scarlet's head. Before I know it, she's thrown herself out of the way. Death is picking up a scythe out of the floor where she once stood. I knew you were coming for me. I've got eyes and ears all over this place. That's fine. I'm used to being surveilled. Scarlet shrugs it off with a confident laugh. How can she be so calm about this? Death seems surprised too. When Scarlet takes a step forward, they take 2 steps back. Are you afraid that I came here to hurt you? Death keeps their scythe raised, letting out a small growl in response. Scarlet takes another step toward them. I just came to talk. There's no need for violence. Back off. Death swings at Scarlet and she dodges again. Please don't fight. I'm so scared they'll hurt each other. Can we get hurt in the afterlife? Can we bleed? Death, you're scaring Ashley. Put the scythe down so we can talk like grown-ups. Fuck off. I've been through this shit before. You all get so cocky once you realize you can fly. Death circles Scarlet, taking slow, cautious steps. They're moving toward me. Toward the door. You've been lying to us, Death. Keeping us busy with your silly games. You know the way out of here, don't you? You've kept it to yourself, all because you just love toying with others too much. Am I wrong? There's a smile on her face and sweetness in her voice, but something about it sounds so dangerous. Death swings the scythe again, but Scarlet doesn't move this time. Scarlet! When I opened my eyes, I expected to see something horrible. Instead, I saw the blade of the scythe pressed against Scarlet's skin. Despite the impact, she hadn't budged an inch. Shit. Death drops his scythe, scrambling toward me like a scared animal. Scarlet grabs them by the hood, yanking them back. Then throwing them across the room. I slam against the wall, hitting the metal drawers with an upsetting sound. Tell us how to revive. She's raised her voice now. The sweetness is completely gone from it. I don't know. I don't know how it works. The mask is askew. Scarlet, unbothered by the desperation in her voice, strides over to them. You're deaf, aren't you? Tell us. She digs a heel into their stomach. You bitch! Scarlet, stop! Shut up! Tell us before I really hurt you! The elevator. Scarlet takes a bit of pressure off, still careful to keep Death pinned to the wall. The elevator's the way out. It takes people, and they don't come back. I seriously don't know how it works. I just know that they've left through the elevator. Scarlet lifts her foot and Death rolls over, coughing. They scramble away from us. There, was that so hard? Turns and steps towards the door, motioning for me to follow. Yes. I turn away from Death, too afraid to say anything, then obediently follow after Scarlet. Scarlet is silent until we reach the elevator. We can't escape from here. Yeah. After what she did to Death, I'm a little afraid of her, but saying that now won't do us any good. To be fair, Death tortured her and Celadon for like months. Like her for months, Celadon for years, potentially. So I wouldn't be upset with her being upset with Death. Come on, Ashley. I thought you'd be a little happier about this. I guess so. Everything's just happening so fast. You don't have to worry about anything. I'll take the lead. I don't have to worry. That's what I like about Scarlet. When I'm with her, I don't have to decide these things for myself. We step into the elevator together. This is the way out. The question is, how exactly do we escape from here? Is there a hidden compartment? We're not supposed to climb up the elevator shaft, are we? Scarlet could fly, but there's no way I could manage it on my own. Unless she carried me? That seems a little silly. I'm not about to ask her to do that. We study the walls, ceiling and floor of the elevator, but aren't able to find any secret panels or switches. It's just the same set of buttons that take you to the same set of floors. Same as every other time we've used the elevator. If Death doesn't know how this escape route works, how are we supposed to figure it out? Maybe you have to press the buttons in a certain order. Yeah, I vaguely remember playing a game with that kind of puzzle. Let's try the top floor first. We press every button, stopping at each floor along the way. The doors open and close. But nothing special happens. Before long, we ended up back on the basement level. Hey, assholes! Death calls us out from the safe distance across the hall. There's something I forgot to tell you. What is it? I ask politely before Scarlet can snap back at them. The elevator exit only works for people who've redeemed themselves. You can't leave if you're a bad person. Scarlet stomps 1 foot. Oh, damn, she looks pissed. Scarlet stomps 1 foot forward as if she's going to give chase, causing Death to bolt towards the stairwell. Once they're gone, she sighs, relaxing her stance. We're making shit up again. Let's keep trying. Okay, Scarlet. I'm not passively unsure of what else I can do in this situation. It's been a long time exhausting every idea we can think of to crack the elevator's code. Try as we might, no combination of buttons leads us to a way out. Scarlet kicks the wall hard, letting out a grunt of frustration. The elevator sways slightly on impact. This fucking arc of metal! Think it's a judge of my moral character, huh? I thought Death was lying about that. They must be! Do we even know that this elevator is truly the way out of here? We could have been lying about that too. They sounded sincere to me. It could all be just a waste of time. They're watching us, laughing at us. What fucking fools we are, huh? Scarlet. She bangs her fist against the wall, causing the elevator to sway again. Choking back a sob, she collapses to the floor, looking more hollow and fragile than ever. What if it's true? But this is hell and I'll never be able to leave because I'm a horrible person. Whether Dev was lying or not doesn't seem to matter to her anymore. The idea of it clearly struck a nerve. What if I belong here? What if I deserve everything that's happened to me? Hey, let's take a break, okay? All my life I've tried so hard to prove I'm a good person. I want to help marginalized people, the ones left behind by society, like you, Ashley. She isn't listening to me. We're treated poorly just for being women. You've got it even worse being disabled. It isn't fair. Anything we do is scrutinized to hell and back. Meanwhile, men get away with anything they want. Huh? Is this even about the elevator anymore? I'm a good person. I'm not racist. I support LGBTQ rights. I give to charity for God's sake. Okay. The way she's talking about these things is so... And yet, at the drop of her hat, everyone was ready to think of me as some villain. It isn't fair. She crumpled into a ball on the floor. Gently, I put a hand on her shoulder. Scarlet? She looks up at me. Finally, she's looking at me. Please don't take this the wrong way, but... She needs to hear this. Were you doing all those things to make yourself look good? Or because you genuinely care about people? What? You say you want to help people like me, but you don't really listen to me. It's true that you've done a lot to try and help me, and I'm grateful for that, but I feel more like an accessory than a person, than a friend. Like, when have you even asked about me and my life, aside from my illness? Do you even know anything about me? You like video games? Everyone likes video games, Scarlet. What I'm trying to say is, it feels like these things you say you believe in, you're only using them to try to prove you're a good person. You doubt me too, Ashley? I know your heart is in the right place. If you just listen to me... Scarlet sways a little as if blown back by the wind. You think I'm a bad person? I didn't say that. I never should have trusted you. She steps out of the elevator. I think Ash was making a good point. I hurried after Scarlet, but she doesn't go far. Just a couple of steps before turning back toward me. You know what, Ashley? I think you're right about me. I don't really care about others. I just like feeling superior to them. I want to be powerful and respected. I want my life to be easy. I'm jealous of people who are given everything because I want to be in their position. That's what makes me a bad person. That's why I died. That's not true. Why are you saying all these things? I may as well embrace this afterlife, as I will never be able to leave. Wait, Scarlet! Scarlet is dead. I'll be Rouge. Yes, Rouge, the Angel of Death. Has a nice ring to it, don't you think? In a flash of light, her appearance changes completely. Into a being that could be called nothing other than an Angel of Death. Ashley? What happened to you? I'm certain the elevator will work for you. You haven't done anything wrong. You're a good person. I'm sorry that Scarlet held you back before. You don't have to worry about her anymore. What do you mean? You weren't holding me back. We can still... Go on and revive. I'm here to help every last soul that comes through here. I show them the way out. This will be my repentance. An angel who calls herself Rouge disappeared through the ceiling. I can't follow her anymore. What do I do now? I stand in an empty hallway. At a complete loss, I did this to her. She changed into this because of what I said. We're supposed to be revived together. The elevator, I wonder if I really am a good person after all that. I step back into the elevator and check the panel of buttons by the door. To my surprise, there's a new one. A circle is printed on its surface. Is that really it? I could escape here now. Okay, so... Fuck Celadon for his actions. Fuck Death. I don't like either of those. I could escape. Call it a day. But what about Rouge? Honestly, I don't think Ash was in the wrong for her doings. And I think Scarlet not even like sitting down and listening to her was a sign that she needs that repentance, so I'm willing to press the button. The elevator begins to move. It's rising. I'm going up. Up to heaven? So I'm considered a good person after all? You're kidding me. Maybe the O was a halo. I look back to the panel of buttons, but it's gone. As the elevator rises, I start to feel lighter. Is it really okay, leaving without hesitation like this? Rouge told me to go ahead and revive. I just can't believe it actually seems like it's working. I didn't even say goodbye to death for Celadon. This feels wrong. It feels wrong, but as my thoughts wander, I feel something brush against my leg. When I look down, I'm no longer in the elevator, but in a field of dandelions. They sway lightly at my feet. The feeling of rising hasn't left me. I'm still being taken somewhere. Heaven's supposed to look like a field of flowers, isn't it? Or maybe clouds? It feels like this is somehow both. I wish I could ask someone. If only Rouge were here to see this. The thought fills me with emotion. A sudden indescribable yearning for a person who was still practically a stranger to me. I want friends. I want to chat with others. I want to have conversations that don't start with medication adjustments or my latest test results. It's been so long since I've had that. I thought there was nothing I could do about it from my hospital bed. Do I even deserve friends? I just abandoned the only one I've made in years. But what choice did I really have? Would it really have been better to risk being trapped in the afterlife forever? I just have to do better from now on. I can start small, baby steps. Maybe the doctor will agree to let me out of the hospital for a day. Just a few hours. Enough to go to the park, even if it's in a wheelchair. I'm stable enough for that, aren't I? And then maybe I can make a friend at the park. Play chess with an old man or something. I don't even like chess. I don't want to go back to being alone. I got an achievement, second chance. Return to Ash. A Serenity Forge game. Wow! A good game. I liked it. Creative director Sophie Gray. Let's see, Electric Sang-Won Young. It was actually very cute. And that was a very small team, but yeah, I mean, it was a small NP game, I guess. Sad that the localization wasn't yet added, even after the free release on Steam. Oh, extras. EG, ah. Okay, so I unlocked a bunch of them for certain characters. But yeah, I liked that ending. Honestly, I'm happy with that. For endings. 1 out of 6, okay. Honestly, Wind Reaper's pickup leaves Scarlet behind Van Rouge. Honestly, I liked that. I'm happy with this as an ending. I don't need to play this game multiple times. So I guess I can call it a day for today. Thank you all for being here. Thank you all for giving me your time. I hope you have a great afternoon, evening, night, whatever it is in your time zone. And goodbye.